This is perhaps the most despairing incident in the world. On November 24th, 2009, 26-year-old adventure enthusiast John Jones, along with his brother and other close friends, decided to go to an extremely steep cave in Salt Lake City in Utah for exploration. In the first few hours, they made very good progress and were immersed in the joy of exploration. After reaching the widest part of the cave, John proposed a small challenge: to attempt the most difficult section of the cave, known as the birth canal. Because this area was extremely narrow and had a complex network of branching paths, once you took a wrong turn, you could only crawl like a reptile. This not only had strict requirements on body size, but also extremely tested the psychological qualities of the explorer. Since John had a slim build, he confidently decided to go at the front. As he twisted his body little by little, trying to pass through the area known as the birth canal, he unknowingly had already deviated from the route and entered a dead end with no mapped path. This place was not only getting narrower and narrower, but also only allowed crawling head downward. Initially, John thought that as long as he passed through here, the front would open up, but when he exhaled all the air from his chest cavity and used all his strength to pass through the almost vertical narrow opening in front of him, he discovered he had made a fatal mistake. What was ahead was not an open space, but a dead end. He was now firmly stuck, head downward, and unable to move. Although he tried multiple times to free himself from the predicament, all attempts ended in failure. So he began to panic and call out loudly for help. After that, his brother, upon hearing the sounds, unhesitatingly tried to use his feet in an attempt to pull him out. But because John had compressed his chest cavity to squeeze in, this not only made him stuck more firmly and unable to move, but even caused his entire body to slide further down. So he immediately had the people behind him leave the cave and call for rescue. But this place was very remote, and combined with the obstruction of the night, it took a full 3 hours before help arrived. Due to maintaining an inverted position for a long time, John began to experience difficulty breathing as all the blood in his body kept rushing toward his brain. If the position was not adjusted in time, the heart could very likely fail to maintain normal blood pressure, leading to heart failure and death. The rescue team then discovered that the section of cave where John was stuck was a narrow area 3 meters deep. Only one rescue team member could enter at a time, which made the entire rescue process extremely difficult. After exhausting every possible method, they finally planned to use a pulley system fixed to the cave wall to pull the trapped person out. So the rescue team immediately began drilling holes in the cave wall to install the pulley system. Meanwhile, his wife also tried to continuously comfort and encourage him over the phone to hold on and make sure to come out alive. At this point, 8 hours had already passed since John got stuck, but even so, it was impossible to get John's legs through the smallest corner behind without being able to straighten them fully. Every attempt using the ropes and pulleys to turn him would cause him extreme pain. And just at this moment, a pulley near one of the rescue team members suddenly fell and hit someone on the head, causing non-stop bleeding, which forced them to temporarily suspend the rescue and go back. After returning, the rescue team persisted in the rescue for 27 hours, but due to John's long time in the inverted position, his organs were unable to receive sufficient blood supply. After multiple calls went unanswered, a doctor entered the cave to measure John's pulse at his feet and ultimately determined he had passed away. But what was even more tragic was that the rescue team was still unable to bring his body out. Finally, after repeated deliberation, the local government decided to leave John there permanently. The cave was then permanently sealed with cement, and anyone was forbidden from entering. At the same time, a gravestone was erected with John's name at the entrance of the cave to commemorate this great explorer and also to warn people about this place.